This video is brought to you by the local project's print publication. Head to the description of this video to subscribe now and receive 3 copies each year.
So the brief was pretty simple really, under 50 square meters, under 4 meters in height. Clients wanted somewhere that was a bit of a breakaway for them, but they also wanted kind of, with the natural beauty of the place, to kind of enable other people to come and share that experience as well. So right from the start, it was always intended for it to be their place as well as everyone else's. We're in a natural dark sky reserve in Twizel, and as part of the luxury escape and retreat kind of aspect, we wanted to really sort of focus in on emphasising the night sky as well as the daytime sort of beauty of the range and the distant mountains. We initially just focused on the basics, so somewhere to sleep, somewhere to eat, somewhere to just sort of relax and soak up views. Obviously there was certain view planes we wanted to pick up, like Backbone Peak, the Ohau Range. Then obviously we overlaid that with what the sun was doing and the trajectory during the winter and summer. It was those kind of cross lines and view planes that really started to set up where the building needed to sit. And it kind of brought itself back to this simple kind of 2 rectangles that were slightly skewed. In doing a smaller cabin space, we kind of also considered borrowing the visual space between the 2 spaces. So when you're lying in the bedroom, you see through the living area out to the view. I often think when you've got all this massive thing to look at, you kind of lose the detail and the scale of the thing. We kind of use the same sort of protocols, I suppose, and look to do little defined views that allowed you to see branches moving on a tree or the cloud kind of dancing across the range. When you're lying in the bed, there's a big window that gets this great big view of the range, but there's also a little thin window to the side of the bed that allows you just to see tussock grasses moving. You get to know where you are, you get to experience the big, massive expanse of the space, but just in these little fragments of time in different angles and views and elevations and scale. I love how it sits from the street. You kind of drive along and you just get this kind of thing sticking up, kind of not quite sure, is it a building or a shed, or there's some form there, but you don't kind of get a clear indication of what it actually is. You've got the bedroom to your right, which has got the ensuite bathroom behind it and a little laundry. So that's the sort of cleaning, sleeping spaces. Then as you sort of come into the entranceway and turn left, you kind of walk through the main living, kitchen, dining. It's that simply laid out in effect. It's kind of cleaning and sleeping and eating and relaxing, essentially. Weather is quite severe in this environment. It gets really hot, really cold, really windy, really dry. And I suppose that was the materiality for the exterior in choosing the larch, was that it was durable, hard wearing. The larch has been designed in a way where the wall boards follow the roof boards, so it's a continuous seam. The interior is lined with beech ply, and there's a rib detail joining the sheets together. We kind of pulled the ply really, a number of reasons, kind of hard wearing, easy to install, and also started pulling some of that kind of external colour palette in, the sort of tussock grasses and the wild sort of nature of the ground cover. The client loves orange, so we decided to kind of use it in a very sort of restrained way. So the exterior was always intended to be a very crisp, sharp, kind of angular form. So we didn't really want to kind of have it fluttered around with all these gutters and bits and pieces. So we spent a massive amount of time working through very specific detailing to get all the gutters and the downpipes that are all contained within the cavity of the rain screen. Skylight over the bed was one of those kind of cool, crazy ideas. The circular skylight's, I suppose, an oversized telescopic view of the night sky. Talked about having an exterior bath, because obviously being in the Dark Sky Reserve and the amazing landscape, it's kind of cool and a little special thing from a luxury retreat perspective to have that outdoor bathing space. The kind of site really does change every time you come. You know, when it's fully laden with snow, it's drastically different, and it's I suppose that's the beauty of the apertures and the windows, is that it really focuses you on these aspects of detail of the site. And I love that, you know, just sort of seeing a little bit of dust in the snow on the hill, or like, you know, the trees moving. And I like how you can experience it in different ways at different times every time you come. It's never always the same, purely because it's so focused on the weather.
Published 3 times a year, the local project hard copy publication contains over 350 pages of curated insight into the latest architecture and design across Australia and New Zealand. Printed on exceptionally high-quality paper stock, the publication is designed to be read and enjoyed over time. A beautiful and valuable addition to any personal library or coffee table. With worldwide delivery available, have the hard copy print publication delivered straight to your door 3 times a year with an annual subscription. Head to the description of this video to subscribe to the tri-annual print publication.